It's Matthew Local Bro. Hope you guys are doing good, having a great week. We're back at it again with another video. Today we're going to check out not a game, we're going to check out a compilation of Rob Gronkowski and how good was he actually. It's been a couple of months now since he announced his retirement, and from what it looks like right now, he's not coming back to football. Even though the Bucks probably could have used for him right now. Don't look nearly as sharp as last year. I don't know if it's just because of him or injuries, but I'm just sure like it was like a factor of their success. So without further ado, guys, let's dive right into it.
He's the greatest quarterback of all time's most trusted weapon, but also one of the wildest party animals in league history. So just how good was Rob Gronkowski
Let's
actually?
go.
Growing up in a small village in New York, Rob was born into a family where two things were certain. He was going to play sports, and he was going to be tough as nails. Rob was the second youngest of 5 brothers, and regardless of age, they refused to take it easy on each other. As Gronk had said, there were brawls every day. Every day, they were just full-on fistfights.
I think we heard that with JJ Watt as well. He told us that him and his brother used to be out, fighting each other when growing up. And I think it's good because same like with Stefan and Trevor Diggs, I believe, also said this, that, they challenge each other. And if you always have like someone to challenge yourself, or someone that you can improve yourself with when growing up, that's like 5, 10, 15 years of like daily practice. You're gonna grow so much of that.
In addition to being extremely aggressive, to say the Gronkowski family was athletic wouldn't be doing them justice. Rob's dad played college football at Syracuse. His great-grandfather was an Olympic cyclist who at one point held 5 world records.
That's impressive.
3 of his brothers, Dan, Chris, and Glenn, played in the NFL.
Bro, that's insane. Just think about the knowledge that you already have going into this, and the genetics to become an absolute freak.
His oldest brother, Gordy Jr., played professional baseball. As sports came second nature to him, Rob played just about everything growing up, with plenty of fighting experience. Of course, he played hockey until he was 14. Then in high school, he was the center on the basketball team, first baseman on the baseball team, and tight end and defensive end on the football team. But it was Gronk's junior season when his football career really began to take off. He was dominant on both sides of the ball, catching 36 passes for 648 yards and 7 touchdowns, while mixing in 73 tackles and 6 sacks, on his way to being named second team All-State.
Bro, I so swear I wish I was able to grow up there and play football with you guys.
When it looked like Rob had it all figured out, his family moved to Pittsburgh before his senior year. The change threw him off his game, as he finished his senior season with just 8 catches for 152 yards. Although he struggled to find a groove on the football field, Gronk that year became a showstopper on the basketball court. A longtime Pittsburgh sports reporter said, "When I saw Gronkowski on the court, that's when my jaw dropped. It's a quarter into the game, and I turned to my wife and said, 'You see that kid? He's gonna be in the NFL.'" Gronk's out-of-this-world athleticism, for someone his size, led college recruiters to see past his disappointing football season and still rate him a 4-star recruit and top 5 tight end in the nation. Rob had colleges from all over the country begging him to choose them. But Gronk, being Gronk, had priorities outside of just their football program. On the college recruitment process, Gronk's dad said Rob had something like 65 scholarship offers.
Bro, that's impressive. That's every team, I think, in every Division 1 team, isn't it? I think that's more, it's not 65 teams in Division 1. Bro, that's gonna cover like the bunch of the very best teams in the nation, man.
And I asked, "Where are you going? Syracuse? Ohio State?" And he said, "University of Arizona." And I asked, "Why there?" He said, "Dad, if you ever went to a pool party at Arizona, you'd understand."
Yeah, I heard about this, bro. It's like even a tale here. People say, like during your exchange year, when you go like to other countries, people recommend you to go to Arizona because like the best party university, party city in the entire States. Correct me if I'm wrong.
To a one-of-a-kind, but so on-brand reason, Gronk headed off to Tucson to play his college ball for the Wildcats. As a freshman at Arizona, the pressure was on Gronk to show that his high school senior season was a fluke, and he was more than just an athletic party animal. Gronk rose to the occasion, catching 28 passes for 525 yards and 6 touchdowns. He led the team in yards per reception at 18.8, and his receiving yards Patriots set a school record for most by a freshman in a single season.
Wow.
But Gronk was just getting started. He took this momentum and built off it in his sophomore season. Despite missing the first 3 games of the year, Gronk still finished with 47 catches for 672 yards
crazy.
and a team-high 10 touchdowns. This
Wow.
helped him earn the prestigious honor of being named an AP third-team All-American. Then, with his junior year set to be his time to shine on the national stage, Gronk faced a devastating setback. A herniated disc would force him into back surgery and keep him from playing a single down of football that season.
Damn, bro, that's gotta be like a complete dream crasher for many of these athletes, bro. Getting an injury like that out for an entire season, your last year, you know, when you want to prove yourself to the nation, to all the teams, to all the coaches out there, bro.
Not only was it a bummer, but after his stock plummeted, Gronk shocked the world. He voluntarily left college and declared for the NFL draft. There was a ton of uncertainty swirling around Gronk. He had the build and athleticism of a tight end constructed in a lab and was unstoppable his sophomore season, which screamed first-round pick. But at the same time, he only played 22 games in college and was coming off a very serious injury, which
that's a risk.
Potential bust. As a result of these conflicting
What would you guys have done though if you were? Would you have picked that dude if you were like having the power to do so? Would you have picked him or not? Let me know in the comments.
Narratives. Nobody knew when Gronk would hear his name called by the commissioner, and then it happened. In the second round, the New England Patriots traded up to Rob Gronkowski with the 42nd pick. He went into his rookie season determined to prove the Patriots right for taking a chance on a guy every other team was afraid to use a top
And
pick
it did.
on. And with that fire lit within him, he quickly earned his way into Tom Brady's good graces. The peak of Gronk's season came during a Week 10 game against the Steelers when he caught 3 touchdown passes, becoming the youngest rookie in NFL history to do so in a single game. He finished the year with 42 receptions for 546 yards and 10 touchdowns, while being named to the All-Rookie team. Filled with confidence from his impressive rookie campaign, Gronk's second season in 2011 was one that football fans will never forget. From the first snap of the year, it was crystal clear that he was a man on a mission. In the first 3 games of the season, Gronk put opposing teams on notice as he caught 5 touchdowns in that stretch. And this red-hot start wasn't just luck. Throughout the entire season, Gronk was unstoppable, treating defenders like ragdolls and constantly getting open. By the end of the year, he had set an NFL record for most receiving yards in a season by a tight end with 1,327.
Bro, 1,327 yards, bro. That's crazy.
And became the first tight end to ever solely lead the league in touchdown receptions with 17. He was also 5th in receptions among any position with 90 in total. To this day, it is the single greatest season ever by a tight end.
It's like many of you guys told me that like one of the best things about Gronk is like his ability to block. And now they haven't even talked about blocking yet, bro. Because, you know, he was so strong, so big. Apparently was like a huge, very good blocker out there as well.
And it may never be topped. In addition to being a magical year for Gronk, it was also nearly one for the Patriots. New England made it all the way to the Super Bowl before barely losing to the Giants in the big game. Gronk had shown the Patriots he was so valuable in only 2 seasons that they needed to make sure he didn't play for another team for the foreseeable future. So during the 2012 offseason, they signed him to a 6-year, $54 million contract extension, which at the time was the largest ever for a tight end.
He cashed in.
Just like in college, right when it seemed like Gronk was on a roll, injuries brought the game to a screeching halt. Between the 2012 and 2013 seasons, he only played a combined 18 games because of a variety of medical reasons, such as a broken arm, infection in his forearm, a spinal issue that required another back surgery, and a torn ACL and MCL. His calling card was a wrecking ball style of play. It didn't matter who was standing in front of him. Gronk was going to run at them full speed with zero regard for anyone's safety.
Well, I mean, like, a good thing, though, that this guy probably had, like, the best insurance you could have, because otherwise, I bet it would be expensive with all those surgeries.
Unfortunately, that also included himself. Some players go their entire career without suffering that many injuries, so the fact that Gronk had all of that happen in a 2-year stretch explains why people had concerns about him being able to return to form. The thing is, Gronk isn't like most other players, and he further proved this with his 2014 comeback tour. That season, he caught 82 passes for 1,124 yards
Crazy.
and 12 touchdowns, becoming the first tight end to catch at least 10 touchdowns in 4 different seasons. And he managed to accomplish this after just 5 seasons, even with all of the injuries. On top of his individual success that year, Gronk played a major role in the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, the first ring of his career.
Damn, look at all those fingerprints on that, bro. They did not wash their hands before lifting that.
After unanimously being named First Team All-Pro, he officially capped off the perfect comeback tour by winning the Comeback Player of the Year award.
Crazy.
The 2015 season was more of the same for Gronk, who again broke the 1,000 receiving yard and 10 touchdown reception mark on his way to being named First Team All-Pro yet again. As if anyone needed more
I think the problem with blocking or, a tight end, especially of this guy, just look at this. The DB here, I assume this is like a cornerback. I don't know if it's safety. I assume it's a cornerback. Could be linebacker too, whatever. You see like the size difference here. I think it's hard to cover a dude like this because he can probably just stiff arm people very easily and get away from it. Also, he has speed, so he's like the complete package.
Proof. It cemented the dominance he had on the game while he was in his prime, bouncing off defenders like a bull.
You see there, like, bro, he is so big compared. Look at number 27 there. Even though he has bent knees, but he is small compared to Gronk.
China shop on his way to the end zone. Yet again, this playstyle didn't come without setbacks. The following year, just like clockwork, a back injury derailed his goal of putting together a third straight successful season. In 2016, he only played 8 games before being placed on the injured reserve to undergo yet another back surgery. Despite losing their do-it-all tight end, the Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl, giving Gronk his second ring. At this point, people knew better than to doubt his comeback following surgery, so his 2017 campaign came as no surprise when he had 69 receptions for 1,084 yards and 8 touchdowns, which led to Gronk being first team All-Pro for a 4th time. He also did
this gotta be one of the most successful, victorious tight ends of all time.
Everything he could in that year's Super Bowl.
If not the, bro. I haven't heard about any other tight end who had more than 2 rings or 1.
Lost to the Eagles, finishing the game with 116 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. In 2018, Gronk and the Patriots set out to avenge their loss and return to glory once more. However, a nagging back injury throughout the regular season limited Gronk, forcing him to miss 3 games and crippling his athleticism in the ones he did play in. Despite that, he fought through a long, painful season and was rewarded with his 3rd Super Bowl ring as the Patriots beat the Rams 13-3. Towards the beginning of the following offseason, Gronk shocked the entire sports world. On March 24th, 2019, he announced his retirement from the NFL with an Instagram post at the age of just 29 and having played only 9 seasons.
9 seasons and 3 rings, bro. Imagine that.
Gronk simply had enough. Even though these facts don't come close to telling the full story, Gronk cited the toll that the countless injuries he suffered over his career had taken on both his body and his mind. And in his mind, he had accomplished everything he could have asked for by winning 3 Super Bowls. This was his way of going out on top and doing so on his own terms.
He has an amazing. Sorry for pausing all the time, but I gotta pause, bro. I gotta talk. It's a reaction video. If you want to see the video without any commentary, you can watch it. But I just gotta say, this guy has an amazing vibe. I love this guy's vibe. This is the kind of dude you just want to go and party with. You just want to get some kegs, going over to this dude's house, put on some nice music, invite some nice people, and have a good time. I can just swear, just by look
Super Bowls. This was his.
Just looking him, here in the stats. Like some people, athletes, when they win, they're kind of shy about it. They're just there because they're athletes. They're good at sports. This guy, he loves, being at the center. He loves the partying parts, bro. He went to college for partying, bro. I feel like he was in there to have, a good time. Have a good time, be probably a good athlete, but most of all, just have fun, have a good time, enjoy it while it lasts. And I really appreciate that kind of attitude.
of going out
It's
on
really
top
nice.
and doing so on his own terms.
Yeah, I like
However,
that.
the following offseason, Gronk's old best friend from New England decided it was his turn to grab all of the headlines. Tom Brady was leaving the Patriots to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, yeah.
With this trade, social media was immediately floored with rumors of Gronk unretiring to join Brady in Tampa. After keeping everyone waiting for a month, Gronk finally made a decision. One more ride with the greatest quarterback of all time, and the warm, sunny Florida weather proved to be enough to bring him back to the game. When Gronk
Crazy.
unretired, he actually had to be traded to the Bucs because the Pats still had his contractual rights. But Bill Belichick and the Patriots did right by their legendary tight end, and they made the trade happen. During the 2020 season, now at a different point in his career, Gronk was used as
I just gotta ask, guys, what did you think when you saw Brady and Gronk getting traded? Like, let me know in the comments. Did you think that they were going to win a Super Bowl with the Bucks? Like, what did you think? Because I started watching the year after the Super Bowl happened for the Bucks. So last season I started watching this. So I don't know, but let me know, what was your initial thought when you saw Gronk unretiring and Brady coming to Bucks? Let me know.
is more of a blocker in Tampa's offense. With that being said, he still caught 45 passes for 623 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Crazy.
Then when it mattered most, as the Bucks tried to go on a postseason run, TB12 knew who he could count on. He turned to his safety blanket for so many years throughout the playoffs, especially in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. Gronk caught 2 touchdowns in Tampa's blowout win,
Crazy.
and also became the first player to catch a pass in 5 Super Bowls. After the season ended, Gronk had so much fun he chose to run it back and signed a 1-year, $10 million deal with the Buccaneers.
Crazy
The problem
money.
was, history repeats itself. While the year before had been one where Gronk played all 16 regular season games for the first time since 2011, the 2021 season brought the return of old storylines.
Yeah.
In a Week 3 matchup with the Rams, Gronk was on the receiving end of the type of vicious hit
I remember
he had
this.
grown accustomed to giving out. It left him with multiple rib fractures and a punctured lung. Although he didn't return
Bro, punctured lung, that's
to
crazy.
play until Week 11, he never stopped battling. Despite only playing in 12 of 17 games, he improved his production from the year prior and finished with 55 catches for 802 yards
Wow.
and 6 touchdowns.
Brutal.
The Gronk and the Buccaneers season eventually came to an end after suffering defeat in the divisional round against the eventual Super Bowl winning LA Rams. That offseason, with his contract having expired, Gronk had another decision to make. Having just gone through another injury-riddled season, he realized he had nothing left to give. So in June, Gronk chose to hang up his cleats for good. When it was all said and done, he had won 4 Super Bowls and had been named first
Crazy.
team All-Pro 4 times in just 11 seasons. Because of his early retirement, his legacy will certainly be a complicated one, but there is no debating how incredible he was while on the field. Even with the lack of games played, he finished his career 5th all-time in receiving yards by a tight end with 9,286 and finished 3rd in receiving touchdowns with 93. He also showed up on the biggest stage, setting a record for the most career postseason receiving yards by a tight end with 1,389 and receiving touchdowns with 14.
Wow.
In addition to Gronk's otherworldly athleticism and strength, he doesn't go on to have the career that he did without Tom Brady being his running mate. The chemistry between the two was just on a different level. With Brady throwing 90 touchdown passes to Gronk, they combined for the second most passing touchdowns in league history between a quarterback and a receiver. They did this when the games mattered the most too, setting a record for the most postseason touchdowns by a QB receiver combo with 15. The TB12 to Gronk connection will go down as one of the most iconic of all time. Despite the countless health issues and lack of total seasons played, Rob Gronkowski will forever be remembered as the most dominant tight end to
Yes,
ever play the
sir.
game. So, what's your favorite Gronkowski
Bro, that was crazy. And I gotta say, I am so happy that I started watching this. Even though I just started watching it, I still got 1 season to watch Brady and Gronk. To see Gronk on the field out there. And you know, I just feel like it's important to say, the Bucks right now are not doing super well. I would say many people would agree with me on that. I don't know how good Gronk was right now, but I feel like a reason why they're not doing really good right now is because even though Gronk might not have been, I don't know how good, if like how effective he was on the field compared to other tight ends right now. You know, people saying that Kelsey is way better than him, whatever. Uh, I just feel like, he brought like a vibe to the locker room, a vibe to the team that you could see last year that is not really there right now. And also, as a quarterback, I assume for Brady, it's very comfortable having someone out there that you can count on. Someone you just know them so well. You've been playing together for so many years. You know exactly. You can tell him what to do. You know how he's going to do it. And that's like always something nice to have. Something to fall back on. Now he's out there like I know he has Fournette. Then they had got Julio Jones, but I mean, like there are a lot of people out there that he doesn't have chemistry with. Like he has played a lot with Fournette, Mike Evans, but he haven't played with Julio Jones, so that's like someone new. And I don't really know about the tight end that took Gronk's place, but I would assume they don't really have the same kind of chemistry. Like you can't buy chemistry. It's something that has to develop and come in natural. So yeah, nevertheless, bro, Gronk, insane career, man. Insane career. 4 Super Bowl rings. Got all those record tie down. Bro, he got all the money in the world to just enjoy the rest of his life with his family, friends. I just wish he will continue to have a blast, do what he loves, being out there, enjoying the moment. I can just tell you guys, he's that kind of person who is just going to enjoy his life and just have the best time possible. I wish him all the luck in the future. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Any other videos that you want me to check out. Leave a like if you want to support the channel. Helps me out so much. And if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe as well to the channel. I will catch you guys around in the next time.